Good morning. It's the Morning Drive. Pete McMurray, Danny Mac. Our next guest, Dennis DeYoung and the music of Styx, will be at the Genesee Theater on Saturday, February 13th. We'd like to welcome back to the show our good friend in studio with us. It's Dennis DeYoung. Great to see you.
Listen, I just want to tell you guys, I listen to you guys every single morning.
You're the one. Stop it.
Like I'm up that time in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Do you want to bring it up, Wooden Nickel? Go ahead.
We've already covered the Wooden Nickel era. You know, I've already established my Styx resume with Mr. DeYoung.
I had no idea.
He's
said,
all about the Wooden Nickel
He
era.
said, put me on. I went, put me on. Okay.
Yeah, Crystal Ball, title track
Yeah,
number
that's
one,
right,
Pete.
that's right.
We argue, Dennis, all the time about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why certain bands are in, why some bands can't get in. What's your take on what they've done in Cleveland with this?
Well, I've said it. I put it on I did a Facebook page that got like all kinds of hits from people all over the place because all I said was really that the people who are in charge of deciding who gets in are the very same people who never liked bands like ultimately would I know one of your favorite bands is Rush, but until just recently, if you went Foreigner, Boston, Styx, REO, Kansas,
Right.
All the mainstream rock bands from that period, and none of them have gotten in. But if you listen to the radio, it's the music that's on there 40 years later. So they didn't like it then. They control the voting process in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and so consequently, those kinds of bands don't get in. And people like us, like Styx, who really started, like a fake pseudo prog rock band. We were from the South Side, and we faked English accents because we wanted to be from England. That's what our whole shtick was. They hate prog rock more than anything. So it's a miracle that Rush got in because they really, I think if Led Zeppelin and Yes had a baby, it would have been Rush, right? So it's a miracle they got in. But I think they got in for a lot of reasons. One is they had there's such weight and credibility to the story of the band and the ability for those guys to stay together and be friends. Listen. You guys, there's only two of you, and you work together. When you have five people and you're there with each other all the time for long periods of time, like the guys in my band were, that takes a lot of work, to stay together, particularly after success.
No,
because when
you mean the members of Styx had differences over creative issues from time to time? Dennis DeYoung, I can't believe that.
Much exaggerated. Much exaggerated. That's not the truth. That is not the truth. That was a story that was told to elicit a scenario that was being presented as to why I was no longer in the band. Are there creative differences? Were there within the band? Of course there were. There always are. But we liked each other. We got along great. We were together, listen, the Panazzos and me, we were together since 1962 until 1999. That says something. Mm-hmm. And JY and I, we worked together great. Tommy and I worked together great. We wrote songs together. Ultimately, what I believe breaks up bands, more than anything than creative differences, is when you bring in alcohol and drugs to any situation, right?
Right.
It impairs judgment on people's parts. What I'm trying to say, and I'm almost boring myself now, is we liked each other a whole lot.
Could you see yourself getting back with Styx if they said, hey, Dennis, why don't you come and do a few shows with us?
The biggest misconception is when in 1999, when I was ill, I'd been ill for about a year and a half, we were making an album together, Brave New World. They wanted to book a tour. And I asked them if they would give me 6 more months to get all my strength back so I could do it. And remember, it wasn't a band at that moment. Tommy and JY and me. There were 3 of us. John had died, unfortunately, and Chuck had retired because he had very serious health issues. It was just the 3 of us. And so JY and Tommy, they believed that it was not in their best interests from a business and artistic and everything point of view to wait. They wanted to go on tour. So they made that decision. They replaced me. I would have never not been in this band had it been up to me. So I've said for, 16 years? Hey, I'm in. Mm-hmm. I'm in. They know how to get a hold of me. I'm booked by William Morris.
Dennis DeYoung and the music of Styx will be at the Genesee Theater on Saturday, February 13th. Will you play for us today? Are you ready to go?
This is the first song I ever sang and wrote by myself on an album. 1972, I think I wrote it. Did you know this was originally written for Jerry Lewis's movie Visitor from a Small Planet? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Lady, pretty lady.
I thought it was written for Joan Esposito.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling. Give me, whoa, your love. Your hands build me up when I'm sinking. Just touch me and my troubles all fade. Lady, from the moment I saw you standing, alone, you gave all the love that I needed. So shy, like a child who had grown. You're my lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes, sparkling, clear and lovely. You're my lady. Thank you. Please pick up your souvenir.
97.1 FM, The Morning Drive. Dennis DeYoung and the music of Styx will be at the Genesee Theater on Saturday, February 13th. It's Danny Mac, along with me, Pete McMurray, Dennis DeYoung in studio with us. You taught yourself to play keyboards, is that right?
See, my mother was Italian,
Okay.
so I started accordion lessons at 7. It was the law. I picked an instrument that would be the subject of ridicule. Thank you so much for that. So along comes rock and roll, because I started, remember, let's see, if I was 7, it was 1954. So rock and roll wasn't even invented. So accordions were popular then. So all the guitar players came in. You know, those show-offs. Look at them. They go like this. They get all the chicks. Anyway, here's what happens. I go to Farfisa, Oregon, the first thing, and I kind of teach myself. And I never had a piano. When I played Lady, I still had never owned a piano, so I'm in there practicing. My cousin Karen, she had a piano, and I would go in there and play it. Now, nobody can see this, but when you look at an accordion keyboard, it's vertical, not horizontal. So when I first had to learn how to play the piano, I go like this.
It stood sideways.
Turning my head sideways to look down, because it looks completely different. So I've always thought of myself as I'm a self-taught piano player, but I had music lessons and played accordion for about 8 years. So I know music, and I actually taught music for 3 years in junior high school out in Midlothian.
Dennis, in the last 7 or 8 months, the rock and roll world has lost Chris Squire, the fabulous bass player of Yes. We recently lost David Bowie and Glenn Frey. As you approach 70, and we all get a little introspective as we get older, do you find yourself coming up with a list of things you still need to do, people you need to see, be they in the music industry or whatever?
First thought that comes to my mind is urinate without any problem. I tell this story to my audience because I am the anti Steven Tyler. I look the way I look. This is me at this age. I hope you like me. If you don't, stay home and watch. So I don't really care. You know, I'm not going to fit some image of you at an 18-year-old. Well, I look like at 25. Please, that's just not going to happen for me. This one was just about 2 weeks ago. People go, "Oh, grow your beard back." So I started growing it back. I looked at 2 words. I had this beard. Wolf Blitzer. No, I'm not having this.
Had enough.
So if you're talking about getting older, I always tell my audience this. I tell them my age every night, and I talk about the age because my audience, majority of them are like at least in their 50s, some in their 60s. And so I say, don't worry about being 60. In California, they told me 60 is the new 40. I said, you must have felt like crap when you were 40. Seriously, what are they talking about? They try to make us feel bad? So, look, people say this, but I was lucky in my life. This is not false modesty. I have talent. I know that. I know how good I am at what I do. But in order for that to translate into success, sometimes the universe has got to smile on you. It's got to shine a light in your direction. And the secret is to be standing there when the light comes and waving your arms. So that happened to me. WLS played Lady 2.5 years after it was released for no really good reason, and we were finished as a band. They did that. Boom. We became Styx. And I know, look at me, that close to being a school teacher right now for the last 40 years.
Damn.
And the only thing we did was we kept going. We kept trying. We kept playing. But there was no guarantee. So as I look back, are there things that I would have done differently? You bet. Anybody who gets to be my age and says they don't have regrets is a liar or is on heavy drugs. That's it.
Dennis DeYoung and the music of Styx will be at the Genesee Theater on Saturday, February 13th. Go to our website, WDRV.com, for tickets. Can you give us one more song before you go?
Okay. I'd like to play Dust in the Wind. It's a song I wrote.
That's Kansas, Dennis. Wait, you got the wrong band.
That's right.
Yes.
What do I play? You want me to play a bunch of, like a real quick bits of like 4 songs?
Love it. Yes.
I don't know that. Okay. Welcome to the grand illusion. Come on in and see what's happening. Pay the price, get your tickets for the show. How about that? Or when I think of Lorelei, my head turns on around. As gentle as a butterfly, she moves without a sound. I call her on the telephone. She says be there by 8. Tonight's the night she's moving in, and baby, I can hardly wait. The way she moves, ooh, 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 I wanna say. What are you gonna say, Dan? You're gonna sing, Lorelei, let's live. That's a Edith Bunker did it. Okay, next song. What's the next song? Quick, think. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo. That's enough of that. Tonight's the night we'll make history. Honey, you and I'll take any risk to tie back the hands of time and stay with you here tonight. You guys! I'm sailing away, set an open course for the virgin sea, 'cause I've got to be free. Free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm the captain, so climb aboard. We'll search for tomorrow on every shore, and I'll try, oh Lord, I'll try, everybody, to carry on. Where are the guitars, damn it? A gathering of angels appeared above my head. They sang to me the song of hope, and this is what they said. They said, come sail away, come sail away, sail away with me. Come on, boys. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads and lasses. Come sail away, come sail away, sail away with me. Last one. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away. Oh, whatever that is.
Dennis DeYoung. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, guys.